Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Fresh Board Sports Show. I'm Jabari Harris. I'm your host and the proprietor. And on this episode of Fresh Board Sports Show, I just got to catch up with you guys on plenty of things going on in the sports world. Sports is on and popping. First things first things. Venus Williams still out here doing her thing in tennis world. Shout out to her. She's going against many. She's down right now in the match that's currently what's going on. But shout out to Venus Williams. Still out there doing her thing in the tennis world, showing these young bucks how to do it. So hopefully she can come back in this set or whatever, so she can continue her continue her run. Let's get into the show. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube page. Let's run it up, Fresh Board Sports Show. Please, let's run the YouTube page up. And the Spotify, Apple podcast, please tap in with that, subscribe to that. Appreciate everybody's support, telling people about the show. Let's continue doing that, ripping that up. Definitely looking for sponsors. Anybody want to sponsor the Fresh Board Sports Show, please reach out to me about being a sponsor for the Fresh Board Sports Show. And, could be presented by and just different things, or ad commercials, etc. But definitely looking at sponsorships to continue to grow on the platform and to help inspire young youth and young adults doing things in the sports world or just whatever endeavors in life, but mainly in the sports world and sports media. That's definitely the angle I'm going for. So, but we could tap in more in that on another issue. Another day. Let's get into the big issue, the big news that's going on. Now, this USA runner, track and field guy, Noah Lyles, like him, all due respect, sir, who is this guy? Like really, like who is this guy? Gonna have the nerve to celebrate him winning and to throw shade to the NBA players in the process. Now, I hate this overall, in general, in life, period. People, want to uplift somebody or themselves, but by pretty much denigrating whomever. No, you can just be, I guess, bragging about yourself and leave it at that. If or just boasting about yourself or whatever have you, but don't gotta throw shade or come at whomever, throw dirt on somebody else's name, whoever the case may be, situations. He calls out the NBA players, or the per se, the NBA as a whole. That the players who want to win the championships, calling themselves world champions. Had the nerve to say world champions of what? This is what this guy's talking about. Sir, all due respect, who is you? Because you don't know no better. You don't know no better. So let me back this up a little bit before I dive into the NBA. Because I'm pretty sure I got some wrestling fans and here's some WWF fans, WWE fans in here too, that understands what the WWF and the WCW was going against each other, rivalries and stuff like that. Long story short, WWF bought out WCW. They got the rights to them, so they got their athletes coming on their show, and obviously there's multiple championships. They trying to, one the WCW players, athletes got, wrestlers got their title coming at the WWF champion. Let it be known, we're the world heavyweight champions, etc., etc. This is a greater championship than your championship. But Triple H, I believe it was Triple H. Yeah, he the wrestler at the time that was holding the title. Let it be known that everybody knows WWF is the world. Meaning is this is the greatest competition of wrestling worldwide. That's an example for that. NBA. We don't gotta go through the laundry list of foreign players. Joel Embiid, Luka Doncic, Kristaps Porzingis, Joker, Joker, Giannis Antetokounmpo. The names in the list continues to go on and so forth. And those are some of the best players in the game. Some of them that I named. But all those players been professional at a young age over there because the competition levels ain't the same. Some of these players been professionals 13, 14, 15 years old because the competition level ain't the same. They're not having no 13, 14, 15-year-olds playing in the NBA. There's levels to this stuff. There's levels to this stuff, sir. So all due respect, no Lyles, for you to be trying to, Drake, beautiful how Drake came out and let it be. He thought that was going to be sweet in the mirror, but it didn't deliver. It didn't. You didn't get the hits on that you thought you was going to get. That wasn't not no one for the books. Now you went viral in the wrong sense, because now you got everybody turn against you. NBA players, etc., etc. Now your fellow, Olympic runner, bigger star than you, female sprinter, Sha'Carri Richardson, says she stands with you, of course. Of course, you're a teammate essentially. Y'all in the same brotherhood, kinship up to the, y'all on the same team. Even though her points is for the women, y'all on the same brother because y'all represent the USA competing in the FIBA championship, FIBA games and the Olympics, etc., etc. We got that. We understood. We understand that. I'm going to, if there's something else that came up, but I want to address that. That's a whole nother tired situation in itself. I'm going to just hold off on somebody else that was standing with him, but we're gonna hold off on that because I got a whole can ready for him to open up on him. So Lyles, you want to say the NBA players is winning what? I mean, world champions of what? The NBA, U.S., United States. United States. Okay. This is the highest level of competition of basketball. The whole world wants. No, we're not traveling world to world. Continent to continent. We're not traveling and fighting other countries. Playing other countries. No, we're not doing that. But they're doing everything they get in their power to get in our league. And they gotta go through the same trials and tribulations that we gotta go through. Not literally in a literal sense, but just the rigors of roles that it takes for you to deem worthy of being able to play in this league. They gotta go through the same process. Now, granted, obviously they can come in a tad bit younger because we got the one and done rule over here for the United States players rather than the over here, because obviously we was having a lot of players coming in straight out of high school, 17 years old, balling on them. And no, I'm not saying taking over the game and over like that, but clearly belong there and show that they belong. And obviously when Dirk came over here, it was a struggle, just like other players coming to show. But obviously, Keem Olajuwon. Let's not forget that. You know what I'm saying? And the list goes on. So many other people in between. Obviously, Steve Nash, whatever the case may be, Canada. All the Canadian players. We can continue to go on. So my whole point is, nobody's kicking doors. With all due respect, come on. We won't be frank about this. People was doing the other. People was doing it on overseas because the NBA wasn't attainable, or they had a shot at NBA, and it's not that no more. They gotta settle for less, because even everybody that gets out of there is still trying to find their way back in. And a lot of players, Joker tell you that he didn't dream to play in the NBA. He didn't think it was something that was feasible. He just dreamed to play for his national team. things of that nature, because that was what they believe was feasible, because they know the competition of this is so superior. Everybody want to talk about the bad year. Yeah, it was bad years when we just thought we could just sit anybody over there. And people were saying when star players, there wasn't a whole bunch of star players. I mean, I guess they was guys with names, but come on, man, like these guys wasn't the superstars like you was thinking in actual play, more so than in name. And you had the young crew of the class of '03 was in there. Them all young pups. They you know what I mean. They ain't won nothing in the NBA. They still learning and growing. They you know what I mean. Eyes is wide open. LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Carmelo Anthony. The eyes is wide open. All the talent sitting there, how ready they came in the league. Eyes is wide open to all this stuff, and they getting hit with some FIBA games and some Olympic games, and on top of that, and everybody's going hard, and they don't. You know, it probably was something that it wasn't going to be. And then you had that older veterans that been there for been in the league for a while, and been having their impact, and now they're trying to not let the young boys necessarily take over, and let the young boys know, okay, you're gonna have to hold up, Tim Duncan, you got Allen Iverson, and then the list goes on. Except for Marbury, whatever, we just continue. So you want to exclude those bad years? You want to talk about those bad years? I'm gonna tell you exclude those years, because I'm gonna talk about everything before and after that. We know what it is when it comes to the USA competition against any world. At least with basketball. Well, because I don't care how fast you are. I don't care how strong you are. Just because you're the strongest, just because you're the fastest, doesn't make you a good basketball player. We're not even talking great. We're not even talking. That don't even make you somebody that could be deemed a player, a role player on a team. Just because you got the fastest speed in the world, or you got the strongest in the world, does not make you worthy to be one of the 12, 15 players on the team. It just, it just does. It doesn't. It does not add up, because basketball, your athletic abilities goes through the roof, but you gotta have that skill. You gotta have that IQ. You gotta know how to play the game. You gotta know. You gotta know how to maneuver. You gotta know how to maneuver in the game of basketball. And if you don't, the skilled players is gonna get you every time. And then on top of the skilled players with the athletic ability, they gonna get you every time. Now, I'm not saying that the overseas players is not skilled, but I'm saying, okay, they got skill, we got skill, and we got the athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm taking my athleticism over anybody, all day, any day. And we skill when it comes to the game of basketball. If nothing else, for real, that's how I feel. If nothing else, we do that basketball over here, for real. Like, it's born, bred, and raised over here. It's what we do. This is what we do when it comes to the basketball. So, how about this? I'm gonna wrap this up in a ball. No Lyles. Call it whatever you want to call it. Ain't no cloud chasing, whatever. People know what it is. We gotta look at it. I mean, like I ball for real. Like, I ain't got nothing to prove. I ain't gonna be the Aaron Gordon and call you down the sprint, because I ain't never been too much of a runner myself. I'm not trying to be running none of that stuff. I did track and field 4x1 sometimes. Throwing the long jump, triple jump, high jump, etc. That's what I was doing. But I run. I do my thing on basketball court. Quick out there. Balling out there. Max energy, all game, all that. We could do the little race thing, whatever, in case I don't even care about that. Me and you one-on-one anytime that you want. Because you just think this game is so... And I ain't played competitive basketball in 9 years. I'm just letting you know there's levels to this stuff. No, I would not be calling out no NBA player, nobody that in college balling, doing their thing, at a high level right now. No, I would not be doing that. But you don't know the game of basketball, nor do you know how to play. Because even if you didn't know the game of it will go hand in hand. You will know the fact that everybody knows the NBA is the highest level of competition. If you're playing basketball, even if you don't even think that you could, it's a possibility dream that you can get there, because everybody knows that's how out of reach. You'll be like, okay, let me play overseas. Let me never reach for overseas. People be thinking like that. Anytime, one-on-one, no allows, we can ball. And then I could just let you, remind you and show you or teach you that there's levels to this basketball thing. And it could take somebody that knows the game of basketball, that got the skill, that got everything backed up, that haven't played it competitively in 9 years and none of that, can be somebody, like you, who clearly don't know the game at all. Let's just call it what it is. But I ain't trying to disrespect you, none of that. That's why I said, me racing to you today and nothing but to let you know there's levels to this game of basketball. In the NBA, that's it. That is it. That is the pinnacle in the game of basketball. So that it is a world. That's what makes it the world. Everybody's doing anything possible to get there. Trying to break all doors down to get there. Go through whatever milestones and tribulations they got to get to the NBA. That's the ultimate destination. Now, Greg Popovich, let me get to you. Head coach of San Antonio Spurs. Been supposed to retire. Allegedly what he said after Tim Duncan left. Tried to hold on to Kawhi Leonard. That didn't work out. Kawhi Leonard wasn't going for that, pop way or no way. He from California, San Diego area. He not having that. Him and Deontay Murray, that things ain't worked out with his situation. They got him up out of there, respectfully. Everything's all cool. I mean, I wouldn't say cool. Everything's respectfully. And now he got the victory with Miami. Another foreigner, number 1 overall, France kid. He could have stayed over to France. He tried to do everything to get over here, play in the NBA. See what I'm saying? Because if France or whatever country these guys came from, the number 1 overall pick would be like, no, I'm gonna just stay over here and just ball over here. Because why am I selling for less? And I'm one of the best players at my age group. I don't get what Pop is doing, but stuff like this lets me know he's tired. Yeah, he's tired. I think it's time for him to. He just got signed a little max contract. It was the $80 million for the 4 years, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, just take that money under the chin and get a new coach in because he tired. It's time for him to go to bed because he getting real sleepy over there, acting like that, talking crazy, acting like he wasn't on the sideline coaching for Team USA. He wasn't coaching for another country. Excuse me, assistant coaching, helping out. Mike Krzyzewski and stuff. Or you mad because Mike Krzyzewski was the head coach of the Team USA, not you at that time. And then I don't know what happened. They went the Steve Kerr route. I'm not sure exactly. You did not, you declined that or not, but everybody thought you was supposed to retire when Tim Duncan retired. What was it? 7 years ago, 8 years ago, whatever the case may be. Like, come on, what's going on here? You want to have the nerve to say the NBA not playing no overseas teams? What team? And they're not playing no out of borders teams. Yo, dude, what is the Toronto Canadian Raptors? What are they? No, that's like the greatest example of basketball competition level. But I'm just, if you want to be in a literal sense, we literally play. We have a team that's in a whole nother country that's not in the United States. Outside the borders or cousin to the borders or close to the borders or not, whatever the case may be, it ain't USA soil. And you can't just clearly easily roam in there. Like you could just roam around state to state in the U.S. I don't understand what you're doing. You try to make a point, but the explanation on it, not a void. Because you tired, and I know your eyes are seeing now, but you acting like you really seen now because y'all play at Toronto, Canada, Raptors. Yeah, I digress. I can't wait till I have my guests to come on. And when I get my guests to come on, not this my other episode. and address this situation because this, everybody been talking about this. So just my turn to address it before I address it with a special guest. But I'm gonna move. I gotta be moving on to some other subjects. Cause I could literally, this was just bugging me, and I could just made a show about this truthfully on its own because there's so much content that came out of USA runner, track and field runner, excuse me, Noah Lyles. Got the NBA world and everybody that's in love with the NBA world and hey, it's not just like I said, everybody that loves the NBA world and there, so that's a whole lot of entertainment, a whole lot of regular folks, a whole lot of fans and everything in between. So hey man, you thought that was going you know what I mean, go one way? You should have reconsidered, read some litter. You should have asked somebody to read over that rough draft before you submit that final copy. You know what I'm saying? Let's move on to some WNBA news because I got a shout out. This took place last night, so I definitely got a shout out. New York Liberty, can't believe 94-85 Las Vegas Aces. I don't know what's going on here. New York Liberty gave the Las Vegas Aces 3 of their 6 losses this year. New York Liberty is 28-7 on the season, their record, and Aces is 30-6 on the season. They are the first team in WNBA history to go get 30 wins, so salute them on that. But they got 3 of their losses to New York Liberty. I ain't gonna hold you. Sabrina's really the truth, though. Even though I like Aja Wilson and everything, they be bowling over there, whatever. But my Candace Parker, she's out. My female GOAT, she's out. So when she, I know they're saving her for playoff time. So I want, but I really wish they let her get some games before the regular season's over. Just, get into the rhythm of things and playing with the team. You know what I mean? I know she's good. She has recovering from surgery. I know she's good and ready to go now. I know Candace Parker is ready to go. They need to leash her off of the chains and get that rhythm with the team and stuff like that. I know they don't got really nothing to prove and they don't want to see and all that stuff. We get all that, but it's a rhythm thing. Man, I ain't like that, man. I ain't like them. I thought they was going to get that. You know what I mean? Especially they beat them before they played the Commissioner's Cup, and then they lost to them. Oh my goodness! And they lost. Aces beat them before they played the Commissioner's Cup. And then they lost to them. Oh, matter of fact, they beat them before they played the Commissioner's Cup. They lost to them twice and within a week time frame. Because Aces beat them, and then Liberty beat them. Then Liberty beat them for the Commissioner's Cup. And then obviously Liberty just beat them now. Ridiculous. Okay, so give me some of the stats. Sabrina. Oh, yeah, Sabrina. Oh my gosh, I'm about her last name. Sabrina, 25 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. I am tired of botching her last name. Breanna Stewart, 20 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists. She was balling out there. And Laney and Jones, they both combined for they both had 17 points each. Aja Wilson, got to shout her out for a 53 points performance the other night. I didn't get the chance to address that on the show. She did that last week. WNBA record. I mean, it was her highest scoring performance. 23 points to last night's game and 8 rebounds in the loss. Kelsey Plum, disappointing in her performance. 9 points and 2 rebounds, 3 assists with her fouling out self. Jackie Young, 24 points and 4 rebounds, 5 assists. And Kaya Gray, 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 9 assists. So, interested. Can't wait to see the playoffs, but Candace Parker will need to come back healthy, ready to go for the Las Vegas Aces. Let's talk about the United States of America's basketball team. Since we had to talk about that foolishness to start off the show. 109-81 over Greece. We continue our undefeated streak throughout this whole FIBA games. And Lakers guard Austin Reeves, my guy, throwing his thing out there. One player of the game with 15.6 rebounds. 6 assists and 5 rebounds. Yeah, Austin Reeves, keep doing your thing, man. Appreciate that. Let's get into the boxing world. News going on. Oh, by the way, Shakar Stevenson said he's going to be off of social media till November. We can have this. This is you know what I mean. This is lame that we can have this. But I'm glad he's back in the boxing ring. People's running around from him. They don't want no smoke with him. I can't wait to see him fight Tank Davis when that big blockbuster fight's going to happen. But until then, Shakar Stevenson versus Frank Martin. Why? For the WBC lightweight heavyweight champion. Lightweight champion, excuse me. I get ahead of myself. Lightweight champion belt that Devin Haney had to relinquish. Why? Because he's running for Shakar Stevenson because he don't want to fight at the 135 no more. He's moving up to 140. This fight will be taking place September 5th, 135 pounds. Shakar Stevenson, get your titles, stash them things up at the lightweight, move on up to 140, and anybody can get it. What's up? That's where you need to be at with that Tank Davis. You gotta make that thing happen. But focus on the task at hand right now. You got Martin, so let's focus on that and go from there. Moving on to some other news. Man, oh man. NFL, we got some buzzing news going on. Raiders, running back Josh Jacobs, they're ended this holdout, or whatever. Say whatever that was. For $2 more million, $12 million a year instead of the $10 million franchise tag. I say, man, sign a good running back of his quality. Hit him with you could just hit him with some BS over there to make them feel happy. $12 million, they'd be cool with the $13.5 million for each year. $27 million, fully guaranteed 2 seasons. Do it like that. Shut all the running backs up. Don't want to hear that. They good for 2 seasons. Don't come back to me for nothing. When this contract's up and you still healthy and everything's good, we're going to go from there. Ain't no extension, ain't no nothing. When the 2 years contract's up, we're going to see what things look like and go from there. $27 million guaranteed, fully guaranteed for the 2 years. Running backs be happy, feeling good off that. 13.5, 2 years, they be feeling real good. They be feeling real good, feeling happy. The locker room, everything's great. That's what I personally believe. The $12 million, they were like, you working with me, man, but you know, man, you could at least give me the 13 if it ain't going to give me the 13.5 for the 2 years. You know, they're pushing for the 14, but they settle between 13 and the 4. You know, the 13 and the 5. But they like the 12, they like, man, they got, because I got the 10. It's just so I can get the 10, because I got to pay all the agent fees and all this, that, and third. They will do taxes. You know what I'm saying? So, Colts running back Jonathan Taylor, they allow him to be seeking the trade. Teams was calling, but teams was feeling that they didn't really want to trade him. You know, they like, oh, okay, we getting more offers than we thought. People who actually do like him. He is valuable. Nah, we're gonna keep him and force him to play. You know, because they gave the deadlines for today to this. You know, by the trade deadline, I believe it was at 4:00 today to see if whatever they like came across. They claim they ain't get nothing that they like, so they keeping him, and he got to play under the franchise tag. Man, get your money, young fella. Get your money. Say, just give me the 13.5 for the 2 years. Or if you're going to be like that, give me the 13 for the 1 year and just call it like that. No franchise. I promise you don't franchise. Give me the 13 for this year. Promise you don't franchise me when this year's up. Can we meet? Can we meet somewhere where it's really going to make me happy? No, I'm not, completely satisfied, but you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not completely happy, but I'm satisfied enough to still continue to have a smile on my face and to be a joyous person in the locker room and a good teammate. Because I could be the guy that you see how they doing me, and I'm the best player. I've been the best player, been good model citizen the whole time I've been here. They gonna do that to anybody, and and teams and organizations got to worry about that stuff. Because you do that to some of your best players, some of your good guys, And just because they're the running back position, you believe they're gonna be hurt in this, that, and the third, which is most likely, but may be true. But sometimes it's not always the case. The players are gonna see that. They're gonna chop it up. Even if they don't talk about it directly, they gonna see that. And then obviously for the ones that they talk about it with. Yeah, man, this running back situation, man, this thing ain't going nowhere. I'm definitely interested to see what's who's really going to take a true stand on this, or are they just subjected to this, the little whatever the teams just feel like they're going to give them. That what they deserve, will just feel like, I only got this for you, So interested in to see what's going on with that to be continuing situation. Major League Baseball plays Reyes SS Wander France on administrative leave, while relationships with underage girls are being investigated, which stems from ongoing investigation from the Dominican police. Major League Baseball says no further comment at this time. This man, if this is true, what has been alleged to be true, is clearly sick and needs to, definitely get the help. It ain't no question. You need to be held accountable to the nth degree if this is true. So, till we get more information, obviously it's the Dominican investigation. We're gonna talk about it as we get more information coming along. But I just want to let y'all know what was going on with that. That took place at the end of last week too, as well. I didn't get to address regarding me having a special guest at the last week's episode. So I just wanted to make sure I addressed it on this solo episode. Some more baseball news. That's not that bad on that note, but bad if you're an Angels fan. The only two players that they have on the team that's worth anything, they're hurt. I guess like always, whatever the case may be. Mike Trout gets back on IL. No surprise there. And Shohei Ohtani, he's dealing with UCL tear. Now it's surprising that he's still playing, but he wants his money, even though this is definitely gonna mess with his money in his bag in the off season because he's free agent. He definitely was gonna get to that big bag, but that digressed tremendously. But they say he's going to continue to hit. He would continue to be in the hitting lineup. He will not pitch the rest of the season. Yeah, man. See, hopefully he can just heal up and just get his health back right for because I don't know, man. I mean, the baseball experts know better than I do, but man, I hope this will affect his money to the hundreds of millions that they're talking about. So this is definitely gonna be something to look out for in the off season, the rest of the season, to see his health. The Cowboys trading for 49ers third string quarterback Trey Lance for a 4th round pick, and Jerry Jones didn't tell Dak Prescott, the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, and the head coach Mike McCarthy. You gotta tell the head coach who the players is who he's dealing with. Now we know Dak numbers his days even before Lance got there, but Jerry Jones let it be known, I ain't playing around. I ain't got time to waste with you, and whomever. I'm applying pressure to every single body in here because I need results immediately, and I need this another Super Bowl immediately. That's where Jerry Jones is at with it. There ain't really nothing else to team say. This is what it is. Dak got to deal with people saying that Dak should have got courtesy or this, that. Dak ain't owed nothing. He ain't like that to be getting that type of consideration because he's on his way out. His days is his number. If you was like that, we got some sentimental values. with you, a la Ben Bain, Roethlisberger, etc., etc. We don't even gotta go to we don't even gotta go to that extent, to that height. We I'm sure they're having conversations with now that Matt Stafford. I'm sure they have Matt Stafford. He's doing the whole situation with integrating himself with the young players or everything like that. But that's not big of a deal. I mean he's just talk, that's no malicious about or nothing like that. He just pillow talking with his wife. Ain't nothing malicious about it. She's just saying something to get ratings on her podcast. I bet you that type of stuff won't be happening again because he definitely got to address that. He can't be allowing that type of stuff going on just because it's going to just he's the big star is just going to get messy for him in his locker room. So and quarterbacks always trying to keep everything clean and buttoned up because you don't want to be having your locker room unfold like that. But there's other quarterbacks along the way that teams on the lower people outside looking in feel like they didn't deserve it, but it's the relationship that you had with them. Aaron Rodgers didn't get told nothing because the owners, or the elector, because that whole situation because the owners is owned by stakeholders and stuff like that. But you see where I'm going with this. Aaron Rodgers didn't have the best relationship with them, so he didn't get told when his replacement, was coming in and things like that. So it's just the relationship that you have with the owners and the higher ups, that you're going to be privy to information, even if it's replacing to you. I mean, like your replacement. So my whole thing is Mike McCarthy didn't know, but Mike McCarthy, come on, man, like he's just Jerry Jones' puppet. Jerry Jones wants a head coach like him. It don't matter what you feel about nothing. It's what I want. That's the Jerry Jones one coach like that. That's why he can't have no good coach that's worth anything. For real. So it's gonna be interesting. The fire at least lights under Dak Prescott. We know he has his comments. Nothing surprises him and stuff like that. In this league, whatever. But this feels like it should light a spark in him. And I don't want to hear the quotes no more. I'm tired of hearing other quotes. He just probably say, I don't got no comments. I ain't gonna say too much because I just gotta go out there and play. And I just want to see a little less talking from Dak Prescott and the more backing it up on the field out there. Man, so we're gonna be wrapping the show up a little real soon. Two more things before we get out of here. Major League Baseball former World Series 2019 MVP pitcher Steven Strasburg retired. Former number one draft pick in the 2009 draft. Just want to congratulate him on a great career because he definitely, that number one draft pick as a pitcher, he definitely panned out. He did the thing and made a lot of money along the way. So salute to him on his future endeavors and obviously get his health right and under him. And spend time with his family, all that good stuff. Now wrap the show up. Skip Bayless undisputed first FS1 new look. I call it first fake. You know what I mean? But we have a new look crew. Everything that is emulating. The first thing, but that's part and parcel because Skip. It came from Skip basically. So he gonna take his ideas over there, essentially. But they emulating a little bit with what First Take's doing. They got the format. They got the whole crooner. They got it debuted on Monday, yesterday. Keyshawn Johnson, Michael Irvin, Richard Sherman, and Skip Bayless at a little desk. The thing is so little. Now the desk may be big, but all four of them guys sitting there, it just looks so tiny. They can be having a nice TNT crew set up. The night I remember they had a super long one for during the COVID, but I'm saying the normal one is long enough, spacious enough. Everybody can look at the camera all front instead of like the two on the side. It's a circle table and everybody is looking at each other, but then they gotta look to the side of the camera. pretty much. To the front of the camera and stuff like that. If they have a desk that goes across that can have all four guys facing forward, that I think that presentation look a lot better because that's how I do like to set up like that for the TNT crew. First takes, their desk is longer, so like it's bigger. It's like it's a weird shape, you know what I'm saying, but it's just bigger. So it doesn't look like everybody's so close to each other because they had four people on the show before and stuff like that. It doesn't look as crowded. Then when they had the Lil Wayne, make 5 people came on. Lil Wayne came on the episode to represent his for the first episode to represent for his new song Good Morning, their theme song to the new Undisputed, which I do think it gotta grow on me. It gotta grow on me, but I do think the Undisputed No Mercy, I do believe that is better than with this right now. I know they trying to hype it up because of the new song, new crew and all that stuff. But I do believe the No Mercy Lil Wayne is better than the Good Morning Lil Wayne. But I digress. Listen, Lil Wayne was looking so small. I mean, it was just looking so tight up there when they had Lil Wayne up there. Looked like everything was just all 5. You got Lil Wayne, Skip Bayless, Keyshawn Johnson, Michael Irvin, and Richard Sherman, all 5 out there. This was like towards the end of the show. I'm like, come on, man, this is real crazy. They got to do something with that desk. They have to. I don't, and like Rachel Nichols is coming on the show sometimes throughout the week, and then Lil Wayne every Friday. But I don't know if this is gonna be designed for all 4 of them to gonna be on there like that every day. Skip Bayless can't get a word in. Skip Bayless is the Molly of First Take. He's just moderating the show, passing that thing right on along, getting in and out of the commercial breaks, getting in and out of topics, trying to at least, because these guys are going on and on. These guys don't let Skip Bayless get a word in. And Skip Bayless, I ain't never seen Skip Bayless really be sitting there. I've been watching the show the past 2 days. I'm waiting to see, because I got to see everything. I got to see when is it going to turn. How long is it going to take for Skip to like, all right, I got to get, he of course he's going to get, say it during the meetings, wherever they talk, but I got to get my words in. I got to get my licks in, not just my little pot shots, whatever I can. I need to get some bars, and I got to get some quotes, and I got to get on my ramping and rolling. It's a whole lot of the brothers out there just chopping it up, and Skip trying to get a little something in, and then he got moving on to the next topic, going out of the commercial break. I said, man, this is a definitely interesting dynamic. This is something else. This is definitely crazy. I'm really intrigued. It's definitely because I'm gonna know Skip gonna get fed up and he's gonna let it be known. I gotta get my words in. Y'all taking the whole thing, and then is he gonna do it like that with all 4, or we gotta do 2 at a time, 3 at a time? Sometimes we can do all 4, some days, whatever the case may be. I want to know how they gonna do it up. I did like when they had Richard Sherman and him had the one-on-one segment. Maybe like I don't know, 3 or 5 times all four of them need together. Then have segments with a couple of different people. Switch it up. It's just interesting to see how they going to do, because right now I ain't gonna hold you. Look a whole lot. It's interesting, but it just look like a whole lot messy because they talking it up. And I know they got to get to the commercial breaks and stuff like that. And it's just them 3 talking, because Skip's not really, he can only say so much. He can only say so much when he's introducing whatever the topic he's bringing in, or when he's wrapping it out to go to the next topic, or to go to commercial break. Because he really can't interject any other man. If we going to just keep chopping it up, they talk order for Skip and just keep it going. Man, that dynamic is something else, man. We're going to talk about this on some more, man. Definitely when I got a special guest, we're going to talk about this some more. But this is just all gearing itself for my guys. Ego in this media thing. Stephen A. Smith and his new look, First Take. That's going to be taking place on Labor Day. Uncle Shay. Club Shay, Shannon Sharp will be joining officially. We'll be there and he'll be there. Sometimes in studio, sometimes in video, whatever. But I'm anticipating he gonna be there on the first day of Labor Day in studio. First take, Mondays and Tuesdays. Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith. First take. Shannon Sharp, Stephen A. Smith. First take. Mondays and Tuesdays. Mix a little bit of Ryan Clark on there. Mix a little bit of whatever else. Because Stephen A. said he got another. He got something to pull out of his hat. And next month, he got another. Another co-host guest. Big old announcement to make next month. Stay tuned. Stephen A. ain't playing, but Shannon Sharp. I'm definitely enthusiastic about that. I'm definitely ecstatic about that. I'm definitely extremely happy about that. I appreciate that. It's going to be on and popping. So, but all in all, y'all checking out those shows. Please don't forget about the Fresh Sports Show. We're going to tune in my show and do what we do. And hey, we just going to keep making it happen over here. Fresh Sports Show. Appreciate everybody tapping in, supporting the show. We're going to let this cook, let it marinate, let it bubble up. We got my show coming up Thursdays. Community Access Channel 16, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. on every Thursday on the Community Access Channel. Hey, we're not playing around. We just continue doing the thing.